Hello and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my friend Deborah Pearson with us. Hey Deb, welcome to the show.
Hey, Kevin, how are you today?
Living the dream, my friend. So why don't we start at the beginning? Tell us a little bit about your practice. What areas do you focus on?
All right. Well, I focus on two different areas primarily. I focus on real estate. I was a loan officer for 18 years before I went to law school. Started law school when I was 48. So this is a new career for me. I've been admitted to the bar for 9 years now, so I guess it's not that new anymore.
Not
But
that new.
I still have the real estate knowledge, the mortgage knowledge. So I do a lot of real estate closings. I don't do any of the title work. If I was going to do that, I might as well still be a loan officer. So that isn't what I do, but I like going and meeting the clients, signing off on their paperwork, and then I just send it back to the title companies that send me. So I do contract work for title companies, and I do also represent sellers. My daughter is a realtor, so when she has a listing, I usually will help her sellers. And my main passion is employment law. I feel like that way I'm helping people. I've been getting a lot of phone calls lately from people who have had received the PUA employment, and then they get a letter from unemployment saying they want to take my PUA away and I owe them back the money. So I've been doing a lot of defense work with that for the clients. I practice a lot at the MCAD with people who are discriminated against. So if you're working somewhere and you feel that you were discriminated against because of your age, national origin, race, religion, gender, you would call me and I would go through your case with you and go through all the steps to what it takes to try and get some recourse from the person who allegedly discriminated against you. I do other things too. I guess it just depends on, if somebody calls me and says, hey, Deb, I get an issue with this. If I'm interested, I would pursue it. If not, I have a good referral network that I refer a lot out. I work with a workman's comp attorney who does workman's comp and personal injury. So I refer a lot out to him. And I guess that's it. Employment law is my passion.
You mentioned unemployment claims, because that seems to have come up recently. I've seen people post about that, where, all of a sudden you get a letter saying, hey, we want our money back. Yep. What's going on there? What's causing that, Deb?
There was so much fraud when the pandemic first hit. We had it ourselves. My husband has a construction company, and I got a letter from unemployment saying that this guy was approved to collect who we didn't even know. And we told unemployment, and then we got a letter from unemployment saying that my husband was approved to collect, and my husband worked all through the pandemic. So there was a lot of fraud going on. And as far as like the PUA, the gig workers, they allowed people to collect, but a lot of these gig workers did just that. They were gig workers. Yeah. So unemployment would look at, anything that they uploaded, and they would say, well, that isn't right. You filed taxes, but you didn't get any 1099s. Who did you work for that you couldn't work for? Yeah. I had a musician who always claimed everything he did, and he traveled on the road. So that stopped. His last gig was in April, and we ended up having to get a 1099 from his band leader to prove that he actually did the work. He claimed it all. He just never filed any 1099s. Sure. And even then, the band leader was in Connecticut, and unemployment still denied him because they said, why didn't you apply in Connecticut? And he's, I'm a Mass resident. I work all over the country. Right, this is just where this guy's business is, where he resides. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
But also you mentioned employment law, because that comes up a lot. And I think you're seeing more of it now, where people feel they've been discriminated against. So if you feel that way, you should reach out and just talk about your case with you, right? To see, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of age discrimination going on. National origin, gender, race. There's even pregnancy.
Wow.
You know, if there's a new category, I'll say, a new protected class,
Yep.
and it is pregnancy. So it used to be a gender discrimination claim, and now it's a pregnancy discrimination claim. And that would fall to people who were going out on maternity leave, who were having a hard time with their pumping, because an employer has to give you the time
Yep.
to be able to pump. So there's a lot of new things that have to do with pregnancy discrimination.
So Deb, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can they learn more?
The best way for people to reach out for me is they can message me on Facebook. They can go to my website. They can email me. They can call my cell phone. They can call my office. I'm pretty much out there.
Yep. So just can you just give us your office number so people have that, please?
Sure. My office number is 978-539-8818. And my cell phone is 978-502-9787. I'm not in the office all the time, so probably the best way to reach me would be my cell. And if I can't answer, just leave me a message.
Awesome, Deb. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call into the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you, Kevin.